What up, T Squad? Happy Sunday. It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 13 review. Sorry, I'm just not getting to the episode. But in this week's episode, we pick up where we left off last week with Tamra getting upset with Ryan and Jen and storming out, and her and Eddie left. Back at the dinner table, they asked Ryan about his friend that's in trouble with the feds or whatever, and asked what he does for a living. And Ryan was stuttering all over the place, saying, you know, that's my friend. I can't really speak on his case. But yeah, I do go to Vegas with him, but it's just like to kick it. And Emily in her confession was like, I ain't never seen nobody go to Vegas as much as he does. Like, it's like he practically lives there. So I don't know what's going on with Ryan and this stuff. It has been all over the news and things that he is caught up in some scamming, scheming, gambling, sports betting type stuff. I don't know. I guess we'll find out eventually if he's guilty, if he has anything to do with it. But baby, he was stuttering all over the place, okay? And that was not a good sign for me. Katie goes and has Korean barbecue with her beautiful family. And she basically talks about how her daughter has learned to speak Korean and how she didn't have that luxury growing up to really learn about her Korean heritage. And it's something that she wished she would have been able to learn and have more exposure to who she was and her culture. And she talks about how she planned a trip for her birthday where the entire family is going to go to Korea. And it's because she's found her birth mother and they're going to meet, which is so cool. And I'm like, I hope the cameras are up when this happens because we need to catch this on film. You know, I firmly believe that Katie will be back for another season. And I think that that would be a great part of her journey and story on this show, and we need to see that. We need to see all of that on television. We need that in our lives, and I hope that Bravo follows this story with her. It's the day of Shannon's birthday party. She's just turned 60 years old. The boudoir photograph that Emily had her take was absolutely gorgeous. Shannon looked spectacular, okay? She looked sultry and sexy and just confident and like a vixen. I was like, come on, Shannon. Shannon is a very beautiful woman. She really, truly, honestly is. Well, this is Heather and Emily's first time seeing each other since they got into it at Jen's house. And as soon as Heather comes in, she asks Emily, can they talk? And Emily was like, no. She was like, I wanted to talk to you then. And Heather was like, you know, I just wasn't in a place to really talk or whatever. And Gina said something very poignant in her confessional that this is what Heather does. Heather, you know, gets into it with somebody, leaves, mulls over it, figures out the perfect response to make herself, I guess, look good in the public eye, and then she wants to come back and have a conversation. It just can never be in the moment. And I agree because we all know that Heather is very image conscious. Remember how she told her husband Terry, you know, don't admonish me on camera like that. Like, don't do that. And it's like, girl, that's real life. Where a husband gets annoyed with his wife, it doesn't mean that he don't love you or that y'all having marriage problems. Like, that's real. She needs to stop trying to craft everything around her to make this perfect image of herself for the public. Like, nobody has this cookie cutter life. And I do think that she went home and figured out what it was that she wanted to say to Emily so she didn't say the wrong thing in the moment or whatever the case may be. But they eventually finally sit down one-on-one, and Emily just pours her heart out saying that, this is a real big trigger for her. This is something that really bothers her, the weight issue stuff, and that she was thinking in her head the whole time, like, does Heather not know that I lost 40 pounds? And Heather was like, of course I know. Like, I tell you all the time that you have the perfect body. And that's why I wanted to put you in the outfits that I asked for you to wear. And they had even shown us a flashback on last week's episode where she was telling Emily, like, you have the best butt ever. I wish I had one. And I get Emily's, body image concerns. But once again, I just feel like this is a you thing and not a Heather thing. And I don't feel like it was fair for her to put all of that on Heather and try to act like Heather was possibly being malicious or being unconscious of her weight struggles throughout the year. It's like, girl, you got to become confident in you, where it shouldn't matter if you're in a bigger size than the next girl. It don't matter. Like, you need to rock it and own it and freak that ish. You know what I'm saying? And I think that she needs some therapy to deal with her body image issues, because that was not Heather's fault. And I don't honestly think that Heather was trying to be malicious, even though Heather said she understood and she heard her and she values what she said. But she also wanted to make it clear that that was not her intentions at all. So Emily is just happy that she had been heard, and they once again hug it out and try to move forward. But like I said, and what I've been saying is, Heather has this hard on for Heather. Emily has this hard on for Heather, and it's like she's seeking some sort of approval from her. I think it's a lot about Heather that maybe Emily wishes that she had the refinement, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe it's a situation where Heather reminds her a lot of her mama. Who knows? But it's something about Heather that bothers this woman. And I don't know what it is, but she needs to figure it out, because it's starting to get weird. So Tamara arrives and she sits down and she immediately apologizes to Jen for the way that she acted. And Jen was like, okay. Like, Jen was not here for it. Jen wasn't being like, okay, Tamara, oh my God, I'm so happy that you Baby, Jen is over it. And like she said, I can't keep on going back and forth with this woman in this merry-go-round of her insanity and wanting to attack people and then want to come back and apologize and think that everything is going to be okay. Like, no, it don't work like that. And I like that Jen stood firm and wasn't just so easy to forgive her. And, Tamara was like, this is not the appropriate time to talk about it, but we should sit down and talk. And Jen was like, yeah, we should. But yeah, today's not the day. I was like, come on, Jen, come on. And actually, the reunion is filming today. It's probably filming right now. And the seating chart was released, and it has... So we have, of course, Andy. We have Tamara and Shannon in the first seat. Gina and Emily in the second seat. Jen and Heather in the third seat. Katie and Alexis in the last seat. I'm shocked that Alexis is in the last seat. Huh? That's weird. I feel like Alexis should have been sitting across from Emily. But didn't know, because then she would have been sitting next to... Well, Emily should have been on Shannon's side. And Alexis should have been sitting next to Tamara. That would have made more sense, especially since Emily and Alexis was getting into it during the season. And then Gina should have been sitting across from Heather, because they were having issues this season. And then Jen and Katie should have been sitting across from each other. Yeah, I don't like the way this seating chart going. But that's the seating chart. So I'm guessing we'll get the reunion. It's 16 episodes each season now. So we got 3 more episodes until the reunion. But I hope that Jen gives it to Tamara. I hope that Jen give it to Tamara. I hope that Shannon gives it to Tamara and all of that. And I hope they all get on Alexis, okay? So Shannon surprises the ladies by telling them that they're going on a girls trip to London town. The ladies are really excited because a lot of them haven't been to London, but the caveat is that Alexis is not invited, and I don't blame her. Like, why would I want to invite you when you have been nothing but a pain in my bottom? Like, absolutely not. She reads the text message that she's gonna send Alexis, where she tells her that, hey, this is Shannon Bador. I'm inviting the ladies, my friends, on a trip to London. I just want to let you know that you're not invited. I was like, yes, Shannon. Yes. So everybody was telling her, like, you could say it in a nicer way. And Shannon was like, girl, no, absolutely not. I'm saying it the way I want to say it. I'm 60 years old. These people keep on messing with me. I'm not being nice to nobody. And I was like, yes, Shannon, I do not blame you one bit. Okay. So Katie and Jen tell her, don't send it yet. Give us the opportunity to go and tell Alexis ourselves. So she was like, okay, that's fine. But in the process, while they're sitting there, an olive tree and a note is brought to the table, and it's from none other than Alexis. And this is her way of saying that, you know, she's extending an olive branch. She doesn't want to fight with her anymore. But like Emily said in her confessional, how can you sit up here and say you want a truce, but you're involving yourself in this lawsuit? You keep talking crap about her. You keep on threatening her. Girl, make it make sense, because it don't. Like, get out of here with this stupid mess, okay? No. And Shannon was like, her coach must have told her to do this because they saw that, trying to intimidate me wasn't working. So he probably told her to be nice to me, or whatever the case. Maybe they had to switch their tactics up. And Tamara in her confessional tells them, here we go. It's always Alexis' fault. It's always Alexis. Like, why she just can't say she's sorry and it just be that? Shut up, Tamara. Please, shut up. Shut it up. Oh, she gets on my nerves. She really, honestly, truly does. Because she is so... I don't even know the word to describe Tamara. Like, girl, you know dang gone well that she's telling the truth when it comes to this man. It's obvious that he is the mastermind behind all of this, because Alexis ain't bright enough to plug in or screw in a light bulb, child. So we know that John is the mastermind behind this whole thing, and she just running behind him doing whatever he say. So let's not do that. So Katie and Jen visit Alexis at her house. Lo and behold, John is upstairs, child. And they tell her that Shannon did not appreciate the olive tree. She don't want to make no truce. And here go Alexis. Why? What did I do? I've tried over and over with this girl. Like, no, you haven't. You've been coming for her throat since the season began. Stop trying to play victim and act clueless to everything, like you don't know what's going on, or don't act like you don't understand what you've been doing. Like, you sound ridiculous. So they tell her, well, Shannon sent you a message. Have you checked your phone? She was like, no. So she go upstairs and tell John that Shannon sent her a text message. She comes back down, and Katie and Jen just looking at each other like, I don't think she know nothing about this trip. Like, oh my God. And you would think that her bestie boo Tamara would have given her the heads up and told her, girl, Shannon ain't invited you to this trip. I just want to let you know so you don't be looking crazy on camera. But Tamara didn't do that because Tamara don't give a damn and she ain't your friend, okay? So she reads the text message, and it's the same message that Shannon previously wrote. She immediately gets upset and starts to cry and tells, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I won't come around anymore. And they was like, well, that's not fair to us, because, we've enjoyed getting to know you. And she was like, no, I'm just done. I'm done. I'm sick of this. I'm over it. She literally got up, y'all, went to the door and opened it up and said, okay, go. And they was looking like, is she putting us out? And she literally put them out and closed the door behind them. And Katie and Jen was like, it's like she mad at us, like we did something. Like, like, really, girl? What? They were very offended, as they should be, because, you know, it's like, girl, we tried to do you a solid, and here you are throwing us up out your house. You gotta be kidding me. That was so rude of her, but that's Alexis for you right then and there. Like, girl, I was like, if I was them, I would have been like, you ain't never got to worry about me telling you nothing else ever again, okay? Shoot. You giraffe looking heifer, you. But this was a good episode as usual. Like I've been saying, the whole season, OC has been bringing it. It has not been one sleeper episode yet. I'm going to give this week's episode A-. It was a really good episode. I can't wait for next week's episode for the London trip. I'm super excited about it. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. I will be going live on YouTube to spill the tea. So join me so I can chat with you all live on YouTube, 6 p.m. Central Time. I love you guys. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.